One question hides under almost every choice you make. Should you accept who you are or become someone better? Two voices carry that question inside you. Tonight, we let them talk it out. Fair warning, neither of them wins. And somewhere in the middle, they stop performing and get honest.
I'll start simple. You are, right now, already enough. Not enough once you fix the list. Enough. Now.
Beautiful. Lovely thing to print on a candle. It's also how people spend 40 years in exactly the same spot.
Or how they finally stop running long enough to live.
Running's underrated. Let's go. Ordinary version. Someone's always late. Always. They shrug. That's just who I am. You're telling them to accept that?
I'm telling them to stop hating themselves for it. The self-loathing has never once made them early. It just stacks shame on top of lateness.
But that's just who I am, is a cage with nice paint. That's not identity. It's a habit they've quietly decided to stop questioning.
Agreed.
Say that again?
I said agreed. It's usually a wall, not a truth. But here's what you keep missing. They will never climb that wall from self-hatred. Change that lasts is built on self-respect, not self-disgust. There's a paradox worth sitting with. Carl Rogers spent decades on it. He found that the moment you truly accept yourself as you are is the moment you become able to change, not before.
I know the paradox. Half buy it. But watch how fast it gets abused. I accept myself becomes the most sophisticated excuse ever invented. The dead-end job, the bad relationship, the third year of, I'm working on it. Black belt in self-acceptance. It's avoidance in robes.
That's fair. Acceptance can be counterfeited. There's a real version and a lazy version. Same words.
So how do you tell them apart?
Real acceptance is quiet. The counterfeit is defensive. If you have to keep announcing it, you're not accepting yourself. You're arguing with someone.
Make it physical. Someone looks in the mirror and struggles with what they see. Go.
Stop the war. You cannot force a body into health through disgust. Every punishing routine built on that collapses. Disgust isn't a renewable fuel. Make peace first. Then care for it the way you'd care for someone you love.
And yet nobody laces up at 5 a.m. fully content. A little dissatisfaction is the engine. Completely at peace, you don't move.
And there, you walked into it. There are two kinds of change. Change that runs from self-rejection. I have to fix this. Same workout, but the one who respects themselves is the one still doing it next spring.
All right, I'm done conceding. You're getting comfortable. Here's where your whole philosophy rots. Contentment, taken all the way, is impossible to tell apart from giving up. The most self-accepting person I know hasn't grown in 10 years and calls it peace. Some people should be disturbed, wasting a gift, hurting the people around them, sleepwalking, and your medicine tells them to relax. Sometimes the kindest thing isn't, you're enough. It's, you're capable of far more, and you're hiding. No candle line?
No, because you're right. That's the failure mode of everything I believe. Acceptance can curdle into anesthesia. But let me hand it back. Your side has a cost too. The person always becoming, never arriving. You know what that is? A treadmill with no stop button. Their worth is always one achievement away. They hit the goal, feel nothing for an afternoon, set a bigger one. You call it drive. I've watched it call itself drive all the way into exhaustion, into a life where nothing is ever enough, including them.
Yeah, that one's mine. The shadow of, you could be more, is, you're not enough yet, and yet can eat an entire life. Can I tell you something? Not as an argument. I keep thinking about someone. A man I knew. Brilliant, driven, the kind of person who made you feel lazy just standing near him. He got everything. The title, the house, the recognition. And every time there was this look on his face. For about a day. And then it was gone, and he was already on to the next thing. He was still reaching, right to the end. I don't think he was ever, once, at peace.
Why are you telling me this?
Because that's me. That's what I do to people. To you. I'm tired. I've hit every goal I ever set, and each one felt good for about a week. I don't actually know how to feel like enough. I'm not sure I ever have. There. You wanted honesty.
Thank you. And since we're being honest, sometimes my acceptance is just fear wearing a calm face. I tell people they're fine because I'm scared of what happens if they really look. I call it peace. Sometimes it's just hiding with better lighting.
Look at us.
Two halves of the same frightened person, both doing their best.
So what do we do with all this?
We stop pretending we're enemies. We were never opposites. You need me, and I need you.
Meaning?
Acceptance is the ground you stand on.
And becoming is the direction you walk.
Acceptance without becoming is just stagnation. I'll own that.
And becoming without acceptance is just self-violence in a nicer outfit. I'll own mine.
So, accept the person.
Then change the pattern.
Accept the who.
Work on the what.
You are already whole.
And you are not yet finished.
Both.
At once.
Not a contradiction to solve.
A tension to live inside.
The tension is the point.
So we're not going to tell you who won. We can't.
But maybe we can tell you this. If you're hearing this late, 2 a.m, still wired, still running, still sure you'll rest once you've finally done enough, that's becoming talking. And it means well, it does, but it will never tell you when to stop. That part's on you.
And if you've been calling it peace for a while now, but somewhere underneath you know you've quietly stopped. Stopped moving, stopped reaching, stopped letting yourself want things, that's being. And it loves you. But it will let you disappear if you ask it to.
You need us both. You always did.
So don't crown a winner. Just notice which of us has been louder lately, and ask gently what it's been costing you.
And whatever you heard tonight, you're allowed to be a work in progress and be enough at the same time. Most people never find out they were both.